What did you just say?
I said your dream stinks.
He said it again. Come here.
What's up, Lorcana community? This is Jake with Team Snuggly Duckling, and we have some new members with us on this episode of Tavern Talk. I have no idea what episode it is. I think it's 25. Everyone just laugh at me, but I think it's 25. We'll go there. Today, we have two new members with us, and we're gonna let them kind of introduce themselves and explain their TCG background, and we'll start talking about some other topics a little bit later with Play Hub failures, the EU DLC, and a little bit of what you should play at the set champs. At your set champs, to get you a mat. Everyone wants one of those beautiful mats, but I'm gonna let Garrett take it away first, and Garrett, why don't you explain a little bit of how you met us, your TCG background, where you're from, and just all the whole story. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Well, my name's Garrett. I met you guys at the Lone Star Nexus down in Waco, Texas, 2 weekends ago. It was a good time. I talked to Jake a little bit during those times. We saw each other playing. He was playing next to me a couple times. We chatted a little bit. Robbie had a little interview on camera with his red purple deck, which was sick. But yeah, so I mean, I had a good weekend. Birdie and I played in the finals on Saturday, and then
Yeah.
I won the event on Sunday, so that was really fun. Two different decks, played blurple and then blue green. But I started playing card games a long time ago when I was like 12 with a bunch of friends that got me into Magic the Gathering. So I played Magic for like until COVID-ish, and then stopped playing because COVID, and I didn't really play online very much. And then still played Magic a little bit once stores started opening up a little bit, and then got into Lorcana around set 5 with my brother, and so we were playing because we both were like, "Oh, this looks fun," and so then I've been hooked on that and been playing ever since. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy the game. It reminded me of Magic from like 2013, 2014, and I really enjoy the mechanics in the card game, and the community's awesome. And
Yeah,
so I'm
it really is.
stoked to be a part of the Team Snuggly Duckling. I've
Oh
seen
yeah.
you guys around, especially I think I mostly remember seeing Jordan's name everywhere,
Yeah.
but at a lot of the TCGs and stuff. He's a monster, so no, I'm super stoked to join the community. It's super awesome. It's gonna be a blast. We're already testing. That guys got me a ticket for DLC, which is crazy. Trying to get a ticket was a nightmare for this event, and I couldn't get one. But you guys got me a ticket, so now I'm going. It's gonna be. I'm so stoked.
Yeah.
Unbelievably stoked.
Dom is a monster with getting lucky. I don't know what my
Dude.
intuition today said. It's 6:05. That's around the time, and then she just checked, and it was there. It was just there. It was
So
almost like
thankful. This is
it was
awesome.
made to be. And we have a longtime Magic player over here, Jimmy. He's one of the Magic heads in our group. He's
Heck
came
yeah.
from the good old Magic. But everyone says the game kind of it's too much nowadays. If I feel like
Yeah,
that's yeah.
it's not the same as it used to be. Every
Yeah.
card is like 3 paragraphs. Like you can't even like memorize the cards anymore.
Sounds like
And
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I yeah, it's tough now. It's I still like it. I play Commander with friends now, which is funny because when I played Magic, I never played Commander. I hated it, and
Yeah.
now I just like am enjoying the Magic scene, not competitively at all, and it's like much better.
That's where you go when you retire as Commander.
Exactly. And I
I played my first game of
it's great.
Commander last week with my neighbors. I had a great time. Actually, it was my very first game of Magic.
It's fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I hear Commander is definitely just like a community-based game. But thanks, Garrett. We appreciate you joining us, and like I said, you kicked butt in the Lone Star Open, and I'm surprised. I was honestly surprised when I reached out to you and said, hey, you got any offers? If not, I don't want to step on any toes or anything like that. And you knew about us, and I mean, like I said, we had a couple of
Yeah.
chats here and there, and I really appreciate you joining the team, man. So I'm proud to call you a duck, man, and you're a good
Hey.
guy. But let's move on a little bit to Birdie over here. He's been around for a little bit, and he killed it in the first day and Lone Star. Even in the second day, you missed it by one spot to pulling ninth, which, it's not the best, but like it's still an accomplishment. You know what I mean? But Birdie, card games you played, how'd you meet us? Just the whole schmeal. Let's hear it.
So, yeah, I mean, the Waco Open, I was lucky enough to run into Jake. I mean, we actually, he he gave me a cigarette outside, and that was pretty much my initiation in the Snuggly Duckling right there. I was lucky enough to win the first day, so I got several team offers, but nobody really rubbed me right. Like between Jake and Robbie, I mean, it was pretty much a sealed deal at that point. I just knew I was in good hands, and sure enough, I was lucky enough for Jake's wife Dom to find me a ticket as well too. So I had been searching for a DLC ticket. I was one of the ones who kind of faced some. I was pretty upset when I wasn't able to get my ticket off of Pastimes
Yeah.
when they had shifted last minute. So I'm just super grateful. But no, I mean it's been great just to get nestled into this little community. I mean, I already feel like my development as a player has just skyrocketed, and which is cool because I have no background in TCGs at all. I'd
That's
never played
awesome.
a single TCG game in my life. I basically found a pack in my local grocery store. I was like, oh wow, this is neat. What is this? And then I walk into a
That's how
local
it starts.
gaming store and I get punished. I just get, absolutely destroyed. And that just like flipped the switch on me. I was like, yeah, this is not going to happen again. So I think that night I went on bought just like a basic Amber Steel meta deck and I just started ripping. I mean, this probably was like 4 months ago, pre-rotation. So I mean, it was just kind of history after that. And honestly, the only thing I've been doing for the last 4 months straight is just working and playing Lorcana, having an absolute blast with the game. It's been nothing but amazing. The people that I've met and the amount of fun that I've had has just been spectacular, I especially coming from a place where I never imagined that I would be so into a card game,
Yeah.
honestly. And now here I am, ripping Lorcana for, sometimes 4 or 5 hours a day. Um, and I'm grateful to be doing it. As long as I
Yeah.
can get my daily exercise and, get what I need to get done at work, like I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Put my responsibilities first, but then, rip Lorcana. Please Lorcana responsibly, everybody. No, I'm just playing. But yeah. So I mean, the Nexus Lone Star Open was great. I mean, I not only found a team, but I found some good new buddies too. And I was very Garrett, not to you know toot your horn or whatever, but I was very happy with like how Garrett like held himself after we played. I mean, I was lucky enough. Basically, I top decked the only card in my deck that I could top deck in order to win, and I did. You know what I mean? And he handled it like such a gentleman. I'm glad he won the next day, but two, I'm glad he joined the team. A couple of days later.
Oh yeah.
So it's
No,
just
it
it's
was a
just a
super fun
rainfall of
match, man.
blessings there. Yeah, I mean it was a great match. I mean
Oh yeah, it was so
sometimes
fun back and forth. It was good.
yeah for sure, and I guess those matches are the most exciting ones. It's like
Oh yeah.
when there's no spice or there's no um
Who's gonna
what would you
win?
call it, serendipity, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Oh yeah.
little more, it's not as fun. So it's just awesome to be able to share those moments and be able to go through those experiences. They're going to be lifelong memories. I can guarantee you that.
That's awesome, man. And we're gonna be making some good memories in the DLC in Milwaukee, y'all. This is gonna be a blast. We're gonna have 13 of our members there. It's gonna be the most we've ever had. We've had quite a few in a lot of these DLCs, but I think this is gonna be a special one for us. feel like we're gonna do pretty well, and even if we don't, we're still gonna have a great time, and that's key to this type of community, and just being the best person you can be, and spreading the love of Lorcana. Honestly, it's the key to the game. Like I said in a couple of previous episodes and stuff, I played Yu-Gi-Oh and traveled for Yu-Gi-Oh for a good bit of my life, and every opponent I sat across wanted me to die. Definitely wanted me to die.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
Sounds like
it's
you.
Hey,
definitely
Jake,
sounds
can
like
I pause you
Yu-Gi-Oh.
right there? I have a question, right? No
go
background
ahead.
with TCGs. Who's more toxic? Is it Magic or is it Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh my gosh.
Because
Definitely
I've heard
Yu-Gi-Oh.
mixed reviews from both
I
sides.
can answer
So
that easy.
I have never dived into Magic, so I don't have a real
It's
perspective
Yu-Gi-Oh.
of Magic, but I've seen
Yu-Gi-Oh.
it
It's Yu-Gi-Oh.
through YouTube and through
It's
just
Yu-Gi-Oh.
matches and cheating and all kinds of
The
craziness. But Yu-Gi-Oh is
the
it is a type of toxic that can just kill a person. I don't know. It's so bad.
the
It's
some of the
really bad.
nicest guys I've ever met in TCGs came from Magic.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, there are some sweats and there are some dudes who are pretty toxic, but I've never met a single person in Magic that has compared to a handful of people I've
Yu-Gi-Oh.
met in Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
which is why I
Jimmy
don't play.
Jimmy's from
I
Magic,
think that,
and he's a
yeah,
great dude. He's
And
a great
Jimmy's the
guy.
chillest guy on the team.
Yeah, I got lucky. Like when I travel for Magic, like you could go into a local store. Like sometimes we, for like a Saturday PTQ, we travel and we go Friday to play the Friday Night Magic. And like some stores are like, we're never coming back here. But I got lucky in my community in Baton Rouge finding the guys I met. I mean, because they were all awesome. I'm lifelong friends. I still talk to them and hang out with them all the time. But yeah, I've never heard a good story about a Yu-Gi-Oh community.
No.
I've heard of
I've
single people from it coming out, that were cool, but never like, hey, this store's, Yu-Gi-Oh is great.
Yeah,
Never heard of that.
I was the same place. Like I started playing with my high school friends, and they're all like my lifelong buddies that I see all the time. And like we traveled for PTQs all the time, and then I went to college and met some really good guys too. And like we love traveling, and we go to a store. Sometimes it would be like, I'm probably never coming back to this PTQ area and whatever. But like it was a great, and my group of buddies was really good. We were all sweats, but we all just enjoyed the game though. We enjoyed
Yeah.
playing competitively super hard, and that was it. That was the fun thing. And no one cared after that. It wasn't like it mattered if we won or not. And that's the thing. And if it did, those guys didn't last very long.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
so it sounds like Magic might be full of just some sweethearts.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
I'm
keep the
telling you.
commander ripping. Wow.
all
I
the
heard
good ones
there.
play Lorcana now. All the good Magic
That's
players
funny.
Lorcana now.
So I've had only one, maybe two bad experiences in Lorcana. In a DLC, literally my opponent, I don't know, purposely, we both had black sleeves. He took my lucky dime the last game of a DLC. He took it, like just straight up. He was playing red purple, I was playing blue steel. And at the end of the day, I counted my cards and I was like, I'm at 59 cards. This is weird. And I'm missing a lucky dime. And I remember that we both had the same color sleeves. And I don't know if it happened on purpose or not, but I guarantee you somehow that my lucky dime ended up in that red purple deck somehow.
That's
And that
pretty
was
neat.
that was a very interesting into a DLC for me. I think that was in the first one in Atlanta. But yeah, other than that, I had one other bad experience I don't want to talk about, but it happens. Look, there's good and
Yeah.
bad people in TCGs everywhere. And we're just lucky that the Disney side of this community itself is more of a just more open, more just better. I don't want to say better people, but just they understand that morals through Disney. Because if you're a Disney person, you watched all the movies throughout your whole life. Like the whole thing is just be a good person, treat everyone right. Yu-Gi-Oh is not the same thing. And Magic wasn't either. Yu-Gi-Oh's like, I'm gonna take your soul, Lord, and stuff like that. So
I heard there's a body odor rule in Yu-Gi-Oh. Is that a real thing?
in
Does anybody
Yu-Gi-Oh
know?
or in Magic?
Yeah, you gotta
In
smell
Yu-Gi-Oh.
terrible in Yu-Gi-Oh.
In Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
like you can actually call
Yeah.
your judge and say, "Hey, my opponent smells too bad." Like, no, I'm
I've
seriously,
never
like,
had to
get a
do
warning or
that,
something.
but no,
I also
not that I
was
know of. But that's hilarious.
luck-
That's
Maybe that's just some
lucky
kind of
too.
myth.
With
Look,
Magic,
everybody's
we had a judge program, so also like I haven't really dealt with that much in Lorcana yet, but like Magic didn't have a lot of cheating going on really for me when I was playing competitively, and if it was pretty easy to tell and like call a judge, and we had a pretty strict judge program in Magic, but like
Right.
and like Lorcana without a judge program, but I always heard about Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon where like people cheat all the time because you're always looking through like your entire deck every turn, and it was
Yeah.
just like cheating was rampant in Pokemon. I heard too. It was like
Yeah.
pretty rough. So luckily Lorcana and Magic, I really haven't experienced too much of like having to call my opponent out on cheating wise, which is nice.
Yeah.
I had to
Well,
call you out on cheating the last game that we played. You went under the sea, visions under the sea.
Hey,
Like, dude, you're hacking
blame that on the
Lorcanito or what?
internet. The forbidden website. That's
Yeah,
fault.
sorry. The Voldemort website. Apologize.
we'll deal with that. But yeah, I mean, we're happy to have both of y'all on the team. Y'all mesh with us. We vibe, and just overall
We're happy to be
thankful,
here.
super thankful that y'all
Do-
are a part of the team.
Do we look like we could be brothers or what? I kind of
yeah, I
see it
can
a little bit.
actually.
He might be my
If I
stepbrother.
shaved, probably I'd look closer.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
that's true.
When I first saw Garrett, I was like, is that Jimmy? Like from when we walked in the first time and Garrett was across the room, I was like, what is Jimmy doing here? Like, why didn't he ride up with us? And I was like, Woody, why's Jimmy here? And he was like, dude, that's not Jimmy. I'm like, yeah, it is. And he was like, is it Jimmy? And I was like, I think it's Jimmy. He's like, dude, I don't think that's Jimmy. Like, we were so
Brown-
caught off guard.
Brown, red hair, beard, glasses.
Yep.
It's the way.
It's the
Nailed
only
it.
one.
man.
That's hilarious.
Just enough similarities. Let's talk about
But,
how much PlayHub sucks.
Yeah, well,
Dude,
we're gonna hit the next
Dude.
topic, and again, we're so appreciative to have y'all on the team. But let's move into some negative stuff that we all deal with, and they dealt with it. I believe didn't they deal with it in the DLC at EU? There was some
I
PlayHub
heard
issues.
they went paper
Yeah, had another
immediately.
stress
Like
test.
they tried to do round one, and then they used paper the rest of the event. Excuse me.
So
I-
we go ahead, Birdie.
Well, I heard that there wasn't particularly like what happened in PPG Denver, right? Like they lost a full round, which that is
Yeah.
a big deal, right? Like,
Yeah.
imagine winning round 2 and then, playing round 2 again and losing. Like how bad does that
Yeah,
feel,
that
right?
would suck.
That would suck, right? But I what I heard from tweets and whatnot, or X's, whatever you want to call it, the event was just delayed. I heard it just turned into like a much longer event than it needed to.
Yeah.
But that's just what I heard.
It was-
I mean, I wasn't there, so
It was like 11 p.m. when they played the final game, like the actual finals of the entire tournament for the championship. I think they said it was like 11 p.m. and he had started
That's
like
crazy.
9 o'clock in the morning. That's wild. That's
Yeah.
wild.
yeah.
Some of that
There's-
might have been them filming the matches. Like I think because they showed all top 8 matches. Did they show all
Oh
top 8
yeah,
matches?
yeah.
No,
They do
so-
do that, I think.
I don't think they did because I think they filmed like in top 4. You got to view one match, and halfway through that match, they said they started to show the second match, and halfway through the second match, they said, okay, we're gonna cut to the finals now because these matches were already over. And they cut directly into the final, and you didn't even get to finish watching like
That's
the
crazy.
second game of the top 4. Because
I
that's what
think
I thought. I
I
thought
think
you
the
were gonna
power
be able
went
to
out
watch.
at the venue too.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say that.
power went out
Power
also.
Oh yeah, I
did go
forgot about
out.
that. That randomly happened because I think the power went out and then they went to the finals or something, right?
Yeah, it went straight to the finals. Like it was weird. Like the whole thing was weird.
I mean,
Yeah.
so we can talk about the DLC failure play hubs, but we were at a set champs this Saturday, and the whole round 2 just gone, just like the Denver PPG event. We literally lost the whole tournament, and for about 20 minutes, we were trying to figure out if we were going to go on paper or if we're going to switch to melee or what we were going to do. And then within 25 minutes, it pushed us through the next round in Play Hub. I even have pictures on my phone of like, what did it say? What did it say, Robbie? It was like,
Oops,
I dropped off the cards.
yeah,
something like
oops,
that.
I dropped the cards.
Oops, I
What a
dropped the cards.
hilarious, like, what?
I was
Like,
like,
bro.
dude. It was so funny,
a
like,
mess. And let me just
Chance
explain
was,
it. Go ahead.
me and Chance was sitting there pulling up their server ping. Like seeing how bad it was. Like, it was ridiculous. Like it was like me and Chance was sitting in the corner just looking at all our little techie websites to see what was going on with it, and it was. I don't know what they're gonna do to fix this thing by the time Milwaukee. If they thought that
Not
was
run
bad,
on Cardi.io.
like I don't. If they thought Bologna was bad, I can't see 2,000 ornery Americans, 2,500 because we got
2,500.
more. The 25 pretty upset
Oh,
Americans.
Yeah, we're already fed up with it. Everyone's kind of on their toes already.
Yeah.
Imagine what
I
happens.
wonder if
we're a
they
little
run it through
sensitive.
Melee randomly.
Hey, just use Melee. I would just use Melee
So
and just
we had
fix-
16 people at our championship. Like, it wasn't like 30, 50, 60 people. It was 16 people. It
Yeah.
should be able to run that without even thinking about it. Like, it's just disgusting.
Yeah.
How many
I mean-
times we've gone through this, like, just complete bull crap of a fucking app. I don't know. It's just, it's not even an app. It's just a website at this point. We don't even have an
Yeah.
app for it. So, like,
It's-
it's so bad.
Jimmy probably
pretty
know more
rough.
about the issues than we all would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
know.
mean-
And like our local set champs last set, we only had 8 people at like one of the ones that I went to, and we couldn't even get the round started for like an hour. And like just starting the first round, and then once we did, like half of the people's like websites, it wouldn't show the pairings. So like we couldn't even like 4 of the people like they're like on it and they would load it and then it wouldn't show anything. It was just like, why can't we it just doesn't work very
Yeah.
well.
And Jimmy explained in like an episode of Tavern Talk earlier that it's. I mean, go ahead, Jimmy. You know the tech talk on how is this thing ran? It's ran some terrible way, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into it too much. I just know that it's a third party, and I don't know anything about the third party that does the development. But I'm guessing it's offshored and vibe coded. Like it's so bad, and so like a lot of the issues they were having during the stress test were like amateur coding issues,
Yeah.
So it seems like they're doing it for as cheap as possible.
For sure. What they need to do is they need to talk to because the Bondi Play Hub works really good and Magic's app works pretty good. Like go figure out what they used and like
Magic's app is phenomenal.
yeah,
I mean,
like
they make a lot more money, so that's the thing.
they do. But like if Ravensburgers can do this for a long time, which it seems like they are, like it's just
Yeah.
invest in it. It's
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
Eventually, maybe they will be able to bring in-house because like Magic has their own in-house
Oh, for sure.
developers for that WotC. But yeah, I seem like that
Yeah,
seems to be a
WotC
big
is
problem for
brutal.
Ravensburger is they just keep on getting punched in their face by the third-party contractors they choose,
Yeah,
and then have
and,
to just get that they have to eat it.
and I can give a
That
little
makes
bit of
so
grace
much
because
sense.
like it's okay. They're new. They're a puzzle company, man. Like they don't know what they're doing. They don't really know exactly what they've gotten themselves into. Like bringing a new card game out and then trying to run these like platforms out. But like giving everything to these third parties, like Pastimes has been a failure. Like it's kind of rough with all the third party things where it's like they need to find a better third party people and like actually like give like a status quo to those third party members, or they just need to do all of it in house at some point, which probably takes a little bit of time.
They-
So
They did, for some odd reason, decide to probably merge, in my opinion, probably the 2 worst groups of people in the world, and it's TCG players and Disney adults. I was like, let's make this thing. And like most Disney adults are pretty well off and financially able to afford this, and most TCG players put all their time and money into this, and then they merged these 2 things together, thought it was going to meld perfectly, and it's just been a shit show. Like you have your Disney adults who expect one thing one way, right? Because they expect the magic of Disney. And you have TCG players who've come from, Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, where everything does work pretty well. It's not terrible. Even the One Piece ones aren't terrible. So
No.
you come from those things and these things, you put them together, and it has not been what anyone expected.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah, PlayHub is not. It's just not there yet. And we even talked about it. Oh, they just don't have the money yet. Didn't they just save two thirds money on artists on this set. Like they didn't have to pay artists because they just reprinted cards. So why would they?
Plus, the artists are using AI anyways.
We get back
Dude,
to
I
that.
saw that. That was raw.
We get back to that in another episodes, but
I got you,
yeah.
Dom. Shout out, Dom. busted it all open for everybody, and nobody believed her. Shout out, Dom.
That was crazy.
Yeah. So fix Play Hub. That's what we're asking, Robbinsburg. Just do it. I know you don't watch
It's
our
not that
episodes,
hard.
but just do it. Just do it.
It's
If you
really
do
not
watch
that hard.
this one episode, take that one little segment right here and fix Play Hub. It'll save you headaches in the long run. Just spend the money on it. Just do it.
Because it's not a server problem. It's clearly coding and like the design of it. It's not server.
Yeah, and then like
I
the
mean, I
Play
think
Hub
it's-
app is pretty cool. Like Robbie said, it's got the timer on it, so you don't have to look
Yeah,
around the whole
love
time.
that.
And you know
Love
the rankings are pretty decently placed and stuff like that. The buys
And the-
aren't as powerful in the Play Hub
Tiebreakers.
app, which I don't know. I appreciate that a little bit more. Melee seemed like the buy was just like a God-given gift. So it's just a little bit. I feel like it's fairer and it's just cleaner.
Are they weighted differently or something?
I
think so.
I just
I
know,
think it.
yeah,
I think it is.
It doesn't like
It's not like
the win percentage
don't
is
get-
different.
I think it still calculates it as a 2-1 win instead of a 2-0 win. Whereas
Okay.
Melee would calculate it flat out as a 2-0 win,
Yeah, like a perfect
Yeah,
win. Yeah.
like a perfect win. I don't think like from all the research like me and Taylor's done into it, it doesn't look like it's weighted as a
That makes
2-0
sense.
win. It looks like
That's
it's weighted
good.
because every time I've seen someone get a bye, they're usually the person that gets a bye is like the number 1 seed going into
Yeah.
round 2.
Round 2.
And every time I've seen it happen, that person almost never is the number 1 seed. They're
Yeah.
usually at the bottom of the number 1 seeds, like the bottom of the undefeateds.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Which is, I think that's the fairest way for it to happen. But
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I like the Play Hub. I do. Just make it work. That's it. That's all
Yeah.
we're asking, y'all. That's all we're asking, right? That's it.
I was looking for the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, especially for someone who coming in to travel, right? And they're gonna do a 2-day event, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, realistically, I want to get out of there as fast as I can on Sunday. I want to get home. I want to get back to my family. I want to get ready for work on Monday. You know,
Yeah.
so for me to sit there and have my time wasted by an app that's not working properly, I have to, we have to deal with the players and the harsh moments, the unlucky moments. And then on top of that, an app not working properly, I miss my flight or, I don't get home on time, it's upsetting.
Yeah, and there's always that I don't know, we've been kind of in that situation a couple times where a player will just pause the tournament and cause the tournament to get a little delayed or something like that. So it sucks that something like that can happen on top of like just just delays with Play Hub. So we'll just figure it out and see how it goes. That's the best we can do here, and we'll just go from there. Let's talk a little bit about the DLC. Did y'all enjoy? Did y'all expect what won? I mean, let's Jimmy, I'll let you start off. How did you like the DLC, and did you like that there was so many different color combinations in the top 4, I mean in top 8, and just, I mean, of course we saw half of it with blurple and the whole sea of things, but what did you expect going into this DLC?
Yeah, I mean, it was relatively close to what I expected. I mean, blurple was probably played a little bit more than I thought it would be. I mean, it was something like 37% or 38%. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, you have the classic top 4 decks for the meta, the square, whatever you want to call it, and then seeing the green steel get in there.
The green steel, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I love that list.
that the Chromacon that we had talked about, I don't know, I don't think we talked about it on here, but in the Discord, like we had talked about how it was the most slept on card in the format at the moment. And, it won numerous people's spots into the top 16, top 8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Love
mean,
that
Blurple
card.
winning is not shocking. And if Purple still would have won, it wouldn't have been shocking. Amber still would have won. It wouldn't have been shocking. Like to play these tournaments, because it's 12 rounds and then top 64, which is what, another 5 rounds to win.
4, right?
4, 32, 16, 8,
8,
4
4.
finals.
6, yeah.
more.
6.
So 18 rounds. Like you're just got to get lucky. Like
Yeah.
I was just listening to who
You're
was it?
gonna need to be good, and you're gonna need to be
Yeah.
lucky.
But it has to be. It has
Let's
to be
put
both
that
for
out
sure.
there, yeah.
Yeah. I remember who I was listening to. Might have been Mo. But he was talking about how basically like there's no reason to make your deck as consistent as you think you need to make it because of how lucky you have to get. And I was like, I kind of like that because that's the kind of type of way I play. Because I know like
Your decks are crazy.
yeah, I know like we shared our blurple list earlier today. Like I'm running 12 one-ofs right now.
Good.
Oh
Love
my
it.
goodness.
Should. When you have so much selection and so much card draw, like, why not? I think it's fine.
Yeah, and the altar is so powerful in this game. Like you can just like
It's
if you happen to see the one card you
ridiculous in
need
this
to
game.
know against whatever matchup you're playing, you can just keep it and then ship everything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that blurple player won too, because when I was watching the DLC, I thought he was the best player regardless of deck when I watched like the top 8, like quarterfinals, semifinals, and like finals. He played the slowest and was really methodical, and he was just a really, really, really patient player, and it paid off. Where like I think he was just the best blurple player in that room, and he had an undefeated run. He went like 10-0 and then double drew in and then 3-0 the top 8. Like it was pretty good. And like best of 5, he even gave up a game on the play, and then his opponent gave up a game on the play. So like it's pretty cool. I thought it was a really good match too
Yeah,
to
no.
watch.
I mean, did you expect to see the different colors in that top 8? Because there was a lot of different, like there was amber steel, there was sea dogs, there was purple steel, there was blurple. Like it was all there in the top 8, and I was just super surprised not to see just a handful of blurple and a handful of purple steel and a handful of amber steel. You know what I mean? Like I was super surprised that it was a big mix.
I
But
thought it was pretty like I think what happened at the event made sense. Amber Emerald did pretty good that weekend because so many people played Flurple, and then the people who brought Purple Steel and made it to the second day got rewarded because there was Amber Steel and Amber Emerald did really well. So then and Blue Green. So you have 3 decks that Purple Steel does really good against, and
was there a blue green
got
in the
paid off.
top 8?
So like what?
Maybe top 16, I think. Maybe just top
Yeah,
16.
Blue
Okay,
Green
yeah.
didn't make any of the top 8 lists, but
Yeah,
that was something
okay.
I thought was really impressive was just like the people who brought Purple Steel, where I feel like it wasn't that good of a deck going into the tournament, it actually was a lot better on the second day after all the decks that were eating up Blurple got thinned out. Like Blurple
Yeah.
got thinned out, so then Purple Steel could capitalize. And you saw that.
Yeah.
Purple Steel was like did pretty good the second day. So
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty interesting. I'm not surprised that Blurple didn't do well on the second day because so many Amber Emeralds and Amber Steels were in the day too. So.
Yeah. And speaking of Emerald, Birdie, are you excited to see the list that were kind of all over the EU? They're a little bit different than the US list that we kind of see with the Sea Dogs because they were all running Tianas, and I don't believe most of the green yellow decks that I've seen are running Tiana. Am I wrong with that? A couple of them were running Tiana.
Yeah, a couple of them were running Tiana, and I think it's something Zan brought to the table because he was the first to throw in those Tianas. And, I'm not 100% sure about the mechanics, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna make Amethyst Steel a little bit easier, right? To, just to kind of keep your characters on board a little bit longer to hopefully run into a Tramp 7. I think is the idea behind that. But I I don't know how I truly think it fits in with the with the emerald amber schematic.
Yeah.
But I mean apparently it worked,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we didn't see a truly OG Sea Dogs in the top 32. I think maybe we saw one, but that's it.
The
Um,
conversion rate on your deck also was the highest out of all color bases. And I mean,
It
I'm
was
not
crazy
surprised
high.
about that. Hmm?
It was crazy high. It was
Yeah, it was
28%, I
extremely
think.
crazy high. They were like a whole bunch of them made day two.
so there was 117 Amber Emerald signed up for DLC, and then 33 of those 117 made day two.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, and you know what kind of shocked me there was I was expecting to see more Chromacon. Because I mean, I think I'm not 100% sure, but I saw Lizard Kitty on the stream a couple times, but I don't think she was running Chromacon.
Yeah,
And
both
I think
both the
that
top 8 lists weren't running Chromacon.
they weren't running Chromacon, right? And that was surprising to me because I feel like that card really just does so good into Blurple. And
I agree.
obviously more, what was it, 35% of the field was Blurple. So
And I also
I was
think
surprised.
that kind of was so for me, just like I haven't played much Amber Emerald really, but for me that's why I think they added Tiana, is because I think Tiana helps your Chromacon, not Chromacon, Tiana helps your purple steel matchup quite a bit, and then it also is just a really good card against Blurple, because like you already kind of you have these like really disgusting lines against Blurple where you can just like play the 1-drop lady and then play Merryweather or Tramp or all these things and just like quest for 3, and like you're already a really insane aggro deck against Blurple without Chromacon, and then you put Tiana in there instead of Chromacon, and it's like Tiana's really good against Blurple too because they can't challenge your stuff now, so you can turn sideways. Where like Chromacon does the same thing, but Tiana's better against Purple Steel than I think Chromacon is, which is like kind of the argument. But I at least for me, just outside looking in, that's why I think they play Tiana over Chromacon, is just so you can have a little bit wider matchup spread, where like Chromacon and Tiana are both really good into Blurple, but Chromacon's less good into the other matchups, where Tiana's good into like Amber Steel and Blurple
Yeah.
and Purple Steel.
Yeah,
And then you're
because
playing Under the Sea still, because Under the Sea is insane against
Amber
everything.
Steel
Yeah,
is just not
Dog.
attacking.
exactly. And we're kind of in this level of like, you know, saw a lot of players, they can choose either Under the Sea or they choose Chromacon. And I felt
Play
like
both.
uh yeah, play both. I mean, that's what I
I
think won
agree.
me the Lone Star because I was able to use the Under the Sea for the Amber Steel decks, and then I was able to use the Chromacon on the decks that were reliant on removal.
For sure.
So, I was just, I guess my initial reaction was I was just surprised there wasn't more decks running both.
So were you surprised to see the amount of Purple Steel and Blurple in the top 16 and 32? I want to say
No, I mean, I feel like Blurple is Blurple at this point. Like Blurple is going to be a little less than half the field no matter what you're doing. You look at the total participants or you look at the conversion rate. Purple's going to be sitting there around 40%.
yeah.
Um, so, I mean, I think an anti-Blurple deck is, it's going to get you pretty far right now in the meta.
Yeah.
And people are designing decks. Robbie are designing decks right now to kind of tear apart the Blurple counter decks.
Yeah, for
But
sure. And
Which
you
is
know what I mean?
let's move into that. Yeah, let's hear Robbie. Robbie, there was no red purple in the top 32, right? There was one.
No, there
Wasn't
was
there one?
one. There was one in top 128.
Okay.
Which looking at it, I wasn't too like super, and like it's not what I would have taken.
Yeah.
If I decided to take red purple to the DLC. But look, I mean, I'm playing online a lot, and just I'm picking up a lot of wins, and I feel like I'm picking up a lot of wins because green, yellow, and amber steel and purple steel did so well. I find blurple decks are starting to change a little bit to combat that, and luckily for me, the changes blurple have to make to combat that makes my red purple deck drastically better into blurple than what it was before. to the point now where if I could just keep them off of 10 cost characters on the board and get to my second star before you can, I got a much better shot at winning. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like red purple got like a huge shot of winning the DLC.
Yeah.
Not only look, I'm good at playing red purple, but I would need a lot more luck than the dude who won with blurple needed than what I
For
would
sure.
need. Like I would need drastically more luck than that.
Yeah.
To be
But-
able to take it all away.
I will
But
say,
you do.
if you
Go ahead,
play
Greg.
against purple steel every round, then you're
That's-
gonna be golden because
Yeah,
red
that's what I
purple
was gonna
crushes
say.
that. Mother
And that's
Gospel,
where luck comes in.
nasty,
with
nasty
with
card.
blurple winning, you might see more anti-blurple decks being played, like Sea
Yeah.
Dogs, Purple Steel,
Oh, for sure.
and Amber Steel, which you kind of, I don't want to say auto win, but you kind of auto win into those matchups. So blurple winning the DLC in EU might be the best thing for red purple players like overall in general, because I feel like everyone's going to be aiming to tech for
Yeah.
blurple at this point. And if not teching for it in the mirror, they're just going to
Yeah.
tech into it by playing the decks that go under it as fast as possible. So I don't want to say that it's a good idea to play red purple, but it might be a good idea to play red purple.
Well, let's
you've been
also
playing it-
consider blue green, right? I mean, because blue green is a good counter blurple deck, and you know, I feel like I was kind of counting on blue green to gain in popularity, but I think people are starting to see that it can be a little inconsistent. Do you guys feel that way?
I do. So like at the Nexus tournament, I played Blurple day one, and everybody was playing Blurple and Amber Steel. I didn't think as many people were going to be playing. I thought people were going to be playing Amber Steel because it's Texas. Texas aggro decks. Magic in Magic, every time you have a Texas event, whether it's modern or standard, mono red aggro everywhere. It doesn't matter. Texas loves their aggro deck. So I knew Amber Steel was going to be popular. I just was surprised how many people were playing Blurple because Amber Steel is so popular. So I teched my Blurple deck for Amber Steel, played Amber Steel 4 times that event, and beat it all 4 times with Blurple, which is pretty hard because like sometimes they just 2 lore
They just have the
every
nuts.
single turn and you just die.
Yeah.
But so after seeing all that, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna switch to green blue for day 2 because everybody's playing Blurple and Amber Steel, and that deck's good against both those decks because they can't stop turn 3 under the sea
And
and
Sea Dogs.
yeah. But yeah, so like, and there was a decent amount of Amber Emerald players day 1. I think Birdie was really the only Amber Emerald player day 2, but because I think a lot of people went home. But I really liked green blue because it attacks both those decks pretty well, and there was no purple steel at that event. There was like very little purple steel at the Waco event.
There
So I was like,
2 or
green
3.
blue's perfect for that, and that's where I struggle with green blue is against purple steel, and I think green blue is pretty favored into everything else, but purple steel because they just like can murder all your shift lines. None of your stuff can get shifted onto, and then you're just like stuck with a bunch of shifters in your hand. And Under the Sea is not really good against purple steel because they have everything's three power or higher, and you don't have time to get to heads held high plus Under the Sea. So like, and over a 12-round tournament, it's a little less consistent than something like Blurple because it's just not as powerful. Your cards aren't, the card quality is lower. It just has more of like a blowout factor where like I can play Clarabelle on turn 4, or I can play Under the Sea on turn 3, and that's really good in some matchups, and in some matchups it's really bad. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good pick. You just do have to hit your good matchups. But with more people trying to hate on Blurple, blue green is kind of good against the decks that beat Blurple.
Yeah. I played. I actually lost to green blue. Don't get me wrong, and the missing top 8 for the Lone Star. But I did take out 2. I believe 2. Well, it was 1 day 2 and then 1 day 1, and they were in the later rounds also, which were kind of like tougher matchups. Neither of them we didn't miss ramp or anything like that. I feel like the matchup's fair. And the dice roll comes into it comes into play big time, and it also comes into play if your opponent can in green blue they can really empty their full hand and get the Clarabelle down before we can get to Hades, and that's just like that's really just the the icing on the cake to win those matchups. Whether you're playing Bend or not is also another key card that really messes up the Blurple matchup, especially if they like second star, get their hand full, and then like
For
pass,
sure.
and then you just bend it, and it's like, yeah,
Game over.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
the blurple matchup's weird with blue green because you have tons of really good lines. Like you can triple rant into a Clarabelle and just play it without shifting on turn 4, which is
yeah,
just nuts. Or you can shift it on turn 4 and stuff like that. And those are like the games where it doesn't feel that fair because it like doesn't really matter what your blurple opponent does if you
right.
do that. But it does if your opponent can not like mulligan if they know if your opponent's a good blurple player, they're mulliganing their genies and they're playing Dumbo or Iago or any other 4-drop on turn 3 and
Iago.
then dumping their hand. So your Claire bowling draws you like 1 or 2 cards. And that's
Yeah.
what Purple Steel does to you. So if the Blurple player can kind of do what the Purple Steel game plan is and just dump their hand and get like a Dumbo out and draw like a couple cards and into their hand every turn, then it's like more of a closer game.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
if the Blurple player is less experienced, it's really easy for green blue. If the Blurple player is really good, it's like a pretty fun match, and it's not like super favored for green blue. I think they're like slightly favored in that match, and then it's like it really depends on the skill level of the players making that matchup come
But
down to the wire.
I think they had a good time over there. There wasn't too many complaints that I saw. The casters, I love the casters. There were so many great casters
Oh
with
yeah,
Lorcana Villain, Spessy, just all like just all the whole crew. They're
it was
all
so
like
much fun to watch.
great casters.
Can we talk about Kim's enthusiasm? I'm gonna throw the word Kermit the Frog out there, but I mean it in the most love possible. I'm not making fun of her. I absolutely loved her energy. I did.
Yeah.
But what I didn't like is people ragging on, these commentators,
Yeah.
Yeah,
people think that, it's such an easy thing to do. Well, it's like, dude, if you go out there and give it a shot, I promise you, you're going to struggle a little bit too,
Yeah.
and I just feel like this is not the community to start hating on people.
Yeah.
Leave that stuff
Absolutely
at
not.
home, dude. This is a Disney game. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
not Yu-Gi-Oh. There's not a body odor rule. Like we're here to have fun and we're here to, embrace the community and build up the community.
I will
Yeah.
say the only thing that I didn't like about the commentators was the weird it was pretty cringy when they're like they have story on board. I was like, okay, that was a little cringe for me. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
at
give you
first
that.
I was confused. I was like, what are they talking about? I
They're
was
trying
like,
to make it
oh,
a
they mean
thing.
lethal. Oh, they're gonna win the game.
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know
oh,
what
I was
y'all
like,
were talking
what is
about.
this?
Yeah, you didn't hear? Did you not watch the stream, Jake?
I mean, I
So
did, but
every time,
I muted
every
most.
time they hit, it was Jillian who pointed out to me. She goes, every time the person had lethal on board, she goes, why do they keep saying they have story on board? I'm like, what are
I
you
didn't
talking
get
about?
it.
She goes, there's no card named story. She goes, and then it's been different colors. I don't understand what they're saying. And I'm like,
Yeah.
let me watch. Like, and sure enough, like the next game, they're like, oh my God, they got story on board. And I was like, what? No, they
Yeah.
don't. I went, oh my God, it's lethal. And she was
Yeah.
like, what? I'm like, it's lethal. They got game on board. They got lethal on board. And she was like, I cannot believe they're trying to call this story right now. And then sure enough, I was like, I gotta go look this up. Yeah, it's way back when Ryan Miller taught people how to play. The first thing, he's the one who said it. When you go for a quest and you win, it's you complete the story.
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
like that, right? Because what is the story made out of? It's
Mm.
made out of lore. You know
It
what I
just
mean?
sounds
It's
so
just
cringe.
components to a story.
Yeah,
It
I
did
know they
catch
use
me off guard
Lorthel
because
too
I
a
haven't
lot.
heard it. I
Wait,
haven't
what
heard
did
it
they
since
say?
the
I
beginning.
say they used Lorthel too.
Lorthel.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
I like a lot
like-
better.
I like that. Lorthel.
Oh, that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
Well,
I was just sitting down watching. I was like, dude, what are they talking about? It took me like the second time after the game was over. I was like, okay, that was interesting. And the second game, they started saying, I was like, oh, you mean lethal? Like, what? This is
Yeah.
great.
I mean, they'll probably keep on
Oh.
doing it to eventually have the lexicon catch on.
Yeah, I think they were.
You can't make fetch a thing.
Yeah. Swag is coming back.
Oh man. I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
commentators are great. I thought.
Yeah,
I get to watch
were.
too
Oh,
many.
yeah,
I
the
think I only
commentators
watched
were
3 or
good.
4
Yeah.
matches, but it was good.
Same here. I watched like the top 8 commentators, and then a little bit of like here and there when there was some good matchups on, but
Yeah.
I mean, I teetered back and forth. I don't want to say I fully paid attention. I didn't even see the whole the whole energy problem thing that people had an issue with either. Like I didn't even catch that, which is like calm the
Dude,
calm the fuck
I
down,
watched
yo.
it like it was.
Calm
I
the fuck
watched it
down,
I
like it
didn't
yo.
was
see that.
Sunday
I didn't
night
see that.
football.
Yeah, it was
I
just
watched
high
it like it
energy.
was prime time football. Dude, I watched every play of that finals match. I watched
Me
the whole
too.
thing.
It was
Day
Oh,
two,
yeah.
I watched
it
all
was
day.
great.
Let's
It was
talk
great.
about Game 5. I mean, I thought Amethyst
I
Steel
loved
had
it,
him
dude. I
in the
went
first
nuts.
half. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
thought
lie
he
to
had
you.
it.
I thought he was running away with it, and then sure enough,
He teetered
our
out.
boy, I mean, just was so patient and saw his
Patience
moment,
is the word.
took it, and was able to change.
His opponent did miss one
Yes,
Dumbo
yes,
activation,
correct.
and to me, the cards he would have drawn, I don't think would have mattered. It could have, but how the game played out, I don't think that would have made that much of a difference because he drew like a Gizmo or something after that turn, but it could have. Like it definitely could have. One more card deeper, a turn earlier, could have made a difference. But I think he drew too many like big like four or five drops in a row where I don't think it mattered that much. But I that was the only thing that I saw where it's like Lucas took advantage of that. Just one misstep, one less card, and was able to win.
Yeah. So let's we'll change it from the DLC. It was a great DLC. I mean, we can all agree. It was
Super good.
even Blurple winning, which people would have probably bet all their money on.
Go Blurple.
Still it was still a very good event. But let's move into what everyone at their locals is worried about, which is winning this damn mat. Winning I was gonna get up and flex a little bit, but I'm not gonna. I'm lazy. But everyone wants this damn mat. So we'll
Not
start it
everyone.
off with Jimmy. What do you don't shake your head at me. Don't shake your head at me. Jimmy, what are you playing in set champs, man?
I don't
And
know
don't give
because
it away for
no
the
one
world.
has
We'll
Dumbos
post
for
this-
me.
We'll post this after, we'll post this after this weekend or maybe after Saturday.
Just
Yeah.
take
I'm posting
Jake's
it
because
tomorrow.
he's not running Dumbo this weekend. Take Jake.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't have cards
Yeah,
for any
you
of the
can use
decks.
mine.
I don't know, but I'll play. Mostly I've been playing a couple of random homebrews online, and then Blurple and Amber Steel. So I'll probably play one of those, or maybe for one of them. So well, the problem is I'm on my streak, and I'm trying to complete the streak.
Oh, you
So don't-
are.
But so that means
Me
I
too.
kind of like probably have to play dogs because I need or I could play green blue because those are two color combinations I haven't played yet. I've already played Blurple.
Green, blue,
And I've already
green,
played
blue.
Amber Steel. So I guess I got to play one of those two.
Yeah, he's
Dogs is
Can
Jimmy.
you
pretty
go
great.
wrong with the deck right now? Like, let's be honest. I think
No.
every deck right now has a fighting chance.
Yeah.
I agree.
Unless you're Ruby Am. Just kidding. Honestly, I
actually-
like where Ruby Am is too. If they can dodge a couple purple matchups, I mean, I think they're doing fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
But
Like I'm missing Dumbos. Like I figure at a lot of locals spots, people are gonna be missing cards, not have all the Dumbos or whatever to play Blurple. So Ruby Am might be a good pick, just because there might be less
Yeah.
Blurple than there normally would be.
Dude, my set champs that I went to this weekend, the first one I played in, it was 31 players. Dude, like 25 of the players was on Purple Steel. Like the entire room was on Purple Steel, and I was like, oh no. It's a
Oh,
mess.
you
I was
played
on-
green
I was-
blue?
I played green blue. I got murdered. I went 3-1 and drew, but and I got ninth. But it was like crazy, and I was like, I think 6 out of the 8 top 8 was Purple Steel. I was like, I wasn't winning that.
Yeah. So if you were
Why can't they be here?
Yeah, I
Eat
wish
that alive.
yes, you would.
my wife.
So
played
Garrett, if you
Blurple, and
were
I
to
was like,
play a
"Ooh."
deck for the set champs and tell all of our fans or all the people that watch this because they don't like us, what would you tell them to play?
Honestly, I think for me, if you're trying to win the mat 100%, dude, just play Blurple. I think most players will benefit from playing the best deck, and like you should just play the deck with the most powerful cards, so you don't have to get as lucky. Now, if you're if you're just trying to have fun and like make yourself have a little bit of enjoyment, I play that green steel list. I think that list is good.
Yeah.
I have loved it. I've been playing a little bit of it. I really like that green steel list. I was trying to crack it before the Nexus opened, but I couldn't figure it out. I had too many clunky cards in it and like just a little bit too much top end. And but like Doc plus Chromicon is really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, being able to
So
bounce your own dock is pretty
I'll
disgusting.
probably be playing Green Steel this weekend at my
Yeah.
set chance.
All right, Birdie. I mean, do we got to even ask you what you what are you to tell the world to play?
I'm going to tell the world to play what you have the largest streak on, Lorcanito. I already told you my position, okay? You can't go wrong with any deck you choose right now. It's balanced. It's good. You're going to have a spare chance. Go on Lorcanito. Go on the Voldemort website. What do you have to do to win a mat? What do you have to do to win a mat? Think about that. You got to have a streak. If you don't have a streak, you're not going to win a mat. So if you can't go out and streak on Voldemort website, then why play that deck? You know, take the deck that you have the largest streak with and go play with that. Streak. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's my token of advice there. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
All right, Robbie, what you thinking?
I mean, Birdie's right. I learned that the hard way in Waco. Right? Just take what you're comfortable with. I learned that the hard way. On Saturday, I played green blue, like a Bjork, which means idiot in Cajun French, which is a Cajun word.
Is that the word of the day? Is that the word of the day?
Bjork.
Learn something new every day. Thank you, Robbie.
Love it. Bjork.
So Bjork. Just means idiot. Like an idiot, I played green blue, and then I was like, I'd beaten myself up over it. And then the next day, I played red purple, and I only dropped 2 games. But of course, my 2 games that I dropped were to blurple. Like I just couldn't beat a blurple deck to save my life.
Yeah.
But I've tweaked my deck quite a bit since then, and I've beat quite a few blurple decks. I think I'm.
You called me on that
against blurple
stupid
decks.
Milan shift. I'll never fucking forget that again. I'll never forget that again.
That's what's helping me win right now. Is I think people like don't. It's back to like being a rogue deck and like people not knowing exactly what the game plan is.
Yeah.
Or what cards I have or what shift lines I'm playing. So that like you did like I hit you with it. And the second I hit you with it, you're like, we just go to the next game. Like you're like, he's like, I totally forgot that shifted on 5. Because look, I even shifted on like I hit it on 5. When you quested, I was like, what?
Well, I hit your Lumiere with the Elsa, and you were like, yeah, you're an idiot.
I quested that Lumiere because I was like, I just want to see how smart he is. I just want to see what he does here. And you did it. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. And then I cleared your board with it. So I was like, yeah, this works. And you were like, I forgot that thing shifted on 5. I'll know that has echoed in my head so much since the day it happened. I forgot that thing shifted on 5. That's the next stick I'm making.
Hey,
this
Jake,
next stick I'm making is I forgot that thing shifted on 5.
If it makes you feel any better, Jake, Robbie did the same exact thing.
I got
I
did the exact same thing
too, which is probably why I bubbled 9. Thanks, Robbie. No, I'm just like, but yeah, it's sneaky. The Mulan shift is sneaky. If you're not paying attention, it's gonna creep right up on you. It's basically a be prepared, which is why Robbie likes it.
He didn't get like I didn't use it in the first game because in the first game we played, I hit 3 Lumieres and 3 B Kings. So I never had to shift the Mulan, so I always kept it in my hand. And then we go to game 2, and we going, and like at like his turn 4, going into my 5, he quests with the Daisy, and like Daisy trigger, like I don't remember what I pulled, but I had the Mulan in my hand, and I was just like shift, kill, and he was like, "Yep, you got it."
That's so
At that
good.
point, I just wanted to be Robbie's friend. I didn't even care. I'm not so
and after that, we just cut it up for the rest of the time, like just talking about play lines and stuff.
We were talking about some dude's giant sack sitting next to us. He had a backpack.
Oh yeah, the guy, awesome. Dude, that was hilarious. I forgot about that. There was a guy on the side of us who was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put this giant sack between my legs," and we were like,
Oh, I thought
What?
you
And he
heard
was,
that.
and then he
I
pulls up like
remember
this
him saying
big
that.
bag.
Dude, we were like,
And I was like, all right. He was like, yeah, they got so much room for my sack here. And I was like,
we were like,
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Oh lordy.
I will
Well,
say,
I'll say
Mother
my
Bothell.
take, which you should bring to set champs, is a little bit of what Birdie and Robbie said. It's definitely what you're most comfortable with, but you probably want to pick an A or S tier deck. I understand that, in my opinion, the S and A tier decks are Amber Steel, Purple Steel, Blurple. I know I'm cutting out green blue. I feel like the min max in that deck is a little difficult to play for people who have not played that deck. So I would
Agreed.
not advise people to play it. Especially if you just you think the deck is, oh, I just get rid of my hand and play Clarabelle, and then your Clarabelle gets ruined, and then you lose the game. So it's a difficult deck to play. So I'd say Amber Steel, Purple Steel, Blurple. They're the safest picks. They're the most consistent decks in the game, and they just get across the finish line with such I don't want to say ease, but if you have the lines, they're there. Like they're just there. It's kind of not numbskullish. I'd say Amber Steel might be a little numbskullish, but yeah, the lines are there. They're open in your hand, and you could say, oh yeah, that's it. That's the line. So play what you're comfortable with, and then just play an S tier deck, SA, whatever you want to call it. But that's the last topic we're going to talk about tonight. And we usually finish off the episode with what we call as final thoughts. I know Garrett and Birdie, you might have watched a couple of our episodes, but we finish off with some final thoughts, and it's whatever you're thinking. So we'll start it off with Robbie, and Robbie can lead us off with your final thoughts. Robbie, let's hear it, man.
Bring back Be Prepared. Please, for the love of God, to the next set, give me a board wipe so I can have a chance into this blurple shit. Like, I just have a bad feeling they're going to do this power-up card stuff. Like, having cards under other cards gives them special powers.
Stack my
This
cards this
boost,
high.
they call
One
it.
of my cards.
Yeah. They can just boost stuff.
it
And
ain't coming
Blurple
back.
doesn't exist. If you go to a tournament, you're not playing. You play in a deck that doesn't play well good into Blurple. Just remember, Blurple doesn't exist. You'll be fine.
The Jordan method. All right, Birdie, why don't you take it away? You saw the template of Robbie. What's your final thoughts, man?
Yeah, so I think my final thoughts is I'm really interested to see if there's going to be any item teching coming from Blurple over the next couple months. I think we experimented a little bit with Wasabi last night.
Yeah.
Maybe we had a couple fluke games where he wasn't really coming in too clutch.
Yeah.
But you know what? I feel like dogs are going to just be on the rise. I feel like they're just going to keep growing and growing. It's a very
Who
user-friendly
let the
deck,
dogs
so
out?
who let the I mean, maybe I should just bark for the rest of my time here. Woof, 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 woof. No, I'm just playing. But it's like what's coming next from Blurple? It's such a versatile deck. Are we gonna see the item teching? And then secondly, I just want to thank Jake and Dom so much for getting me the DLC ticket. I mean, that was huge. That really just hit home for me. And I am so excited to be able to have the opportunity to go out there and go out there and play. So Team Snuggly Duckling for life, baby. Let's go.
Thank you. All right, Jimmy, let's hear your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. The DLC was pretty good. I like the diversity in the meta. But the biggest thing is I'm happy to have Birdie and Garrett here with us because having good players on the team just makes me better. So getting Joe, Garrett, and Birdie, I'm happy. Very,
Yeah.
very, very good. Very good.
Yeah. Shout out Moo Man. I know he's not on
Yeah.
the episode right now. He was in the Duck Tech with me and Robbie. Great dude. Great cookies. Great breakfast. That's all I'll say. Garrett, go ahead and
Breakfast is
take it
pleasant.
away with your final thoughts.
I really enjoyed the DLC. That's something that I think people are forgetting a little bit too much. There's always room for innovation. We had 3 players make it with purple green into day 2. That deck has not been seen anywhere at all so
Yeah.
far for any of the big tournaments so far. And then we had 3 players go 6-2 at least and make it with a innovative brew that no one has seen before. So I'm hoping that Milwaukee's going to be the same way. We're going to see some cool new decks. especially with like what we saw afterward. The meta I really enjoy, and I'm also super thankful to be able to go to Milwaukee now that Dom and Jake got me a ticket. I'm so unbelievably grateful and stoked to be a part of TSD. It's going to be super fun. I'm I'm excited.
Hey,
Yeah.
I also need to just jump in and give a quick shout out to Jason too. Jason is actually the guy who I think
Yeah.
sourced the ticket for me, and I oftentimes leave his name out of here. So I thank you, Jason.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Jason's our internet guy. He can if you want to find something on the internet, he can find it. I don't know how, but he can find it.
Don't
All
ask
right.
questions.
The dark
Don't
web.
don't ask questions.
Don't
But
ask questions.
all right. My final thoughts are I'm super stoked that we have two new amazing players, and we're gaining new players as we go to shout out Gage. He's another guy that just joined the team. Good dude.
Hey, Gage is a
We're-
great guy, yo. Gage is a
Yeah.
great guy. He was part of the setup on the first day of Waco. He did a phenomenal job. He just carries himself well. I mean, when you have a conversation with him, you can really feel, he's a real person. He's
Yes,
true to what he's
absolutely.
saying, and you can feel that energy off of him.
Yeah. So shout out Gage. He helped us with tickets to the Nexus. He's a great worker, hard worker. He cares about his family. I just shout out him. He's a great dude. Second thought is if you're not playing Blurple, you're wrong. You're wrong. All of y'all are wrong. Y'all are all freaking wrong. All right. Blurple's winning it all 2 times in a row. Y'all all wrong. All right. That was my mean guy schmeal. But yeah. We're gonna be posting some new podcasts coming up soon with Jimmy and Woody and a whole bunch of other people, and it's just gonna be a blast. So keep checking us out. We appreciate all the follows, all the views. We don't ask you to do all this stuff, but if you do, we really appreciate it. So, Team Snuggly Duckling, we'll be at the DLC Milwaukee, and we're gonna be having a great time, regardless if we're winning or losing. So, but I hope to be winning. I hope to be
I
winning.
feel like we need like a hand gesture that like makes a duck, it's like we can throw up a duck
Maybe
or
some
like a
gang
gang
signs?
sign or something like that. I don't know how.
Hey, we
yeah.
can't
I don't know how
do
good
that in
that would
NOLA.
be.
We can't do that in
Yeah.
NOLA.
No, you definitely can't throw up gang signs and no.
Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Probably, yeah, not the best idea for a Disney card trading
You
game. but my
can't throw
mind
up
went
gang
there.
signs in the gutter.
Oh
That's for
Lord.
you, Adam.
Well, we appreciate all the views and everything, and till next time, y'all. Ducks out. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.
Later.
Under the beams, where the shadows dance, a tankard of ale in each eager hand's chance. The snuggly duckling, a haven so bright, with laughter and cards under candlelight. Shuffle the deck, let the fortunes unfold. In the snuggly duckling, their stories retold, with kings and queens and a jokester's cheer. This merry old pub will always hold dear.